in total, in my first month, I made $4. If you give it an extra 3 days, I would have made. Hi everybody, today we're going to be doing a deep dive into one of my newest streams of income, and that is YouTube ads, aka Google AdSense.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Oh my god, that scared me so bad. Whew, okay, we're good, I'm safe. So first things first, I'm going to share a bit about my journey, and this is going to be kind of important for later on, but I did start posting on YouTube many years ago. I stopped because my two sisters found out and they made fun of me, as what sisters do, and because of that, I just got so scared and embarrassed of judgment. I literally shut everything down, deleted everything, and that was that. But YouTube was always just in the back of my mind, and it was always like my dream to do it. Now fast forward many years later, this year 2023, I really realized that if I don't start my YouTube now, I would never start, and that would just become one of my biggest regrets on my deathbed, as morbid as it sounds. So 5 months ago, I finally posted my first YouTube video, April 23rd, and within 2 months, by June 22nd, I was starting to make money from ads. I literally had no idea that this could happen so soon. Like, I was just genuinely so happy that I finally did the damn thing and put myself out there. So to be monetized is honestly so amazing, and now I'm so excited to share with you the entire journey. So let's just jump straight in. Okay, we've got to talk about monetization requirements first. So if you didn't know, YouTube does have requirements if you want to start earning money from their ads. And as of now, 2023, as I'm recording this, there are two main requirements. The first is you must have 1,000 subscribers. The second is you need 4,000 hours of public watch time within any 365-day period. So that's a year. Or you need 10 million shorts views within a 90-day period. So that's within 3 months. And by the way, your shorts watch time does not contribute to the 4,000 public watch time for your videos. I met requirements within 59 days, and I actually did not get any notifications from YouTube. I had to go to the YouTube creator page and just constantly refresh that. So just a heads up, make sure you head to the YouTube studio page and then click on earn. There should be a progress bar that shows you your progress to monetization. Now, once you are verified, there are 3 main steps before you can start getting paid from Google. The first is pretty simple. You just set up your Google AdSense account. It takes like less than 10 minutes. The second step is to fill out these tax forms for the states as well for Canada, at least for me in my case, because I lived in Canada, and it was confusing, which is why I followed some YouTube videos on that, but it honestly doesn't take too long. I think it took me less than 10 minutes as well. Now, the third and final step is you just need to wait for Google to physically mail you a code just so that they can confirm your address is real. This took me like 2.5 weeks. I literally thought the mail was lost, but if that ever happens, you can always request for a new code after 3 weeks. So that's the whole monetization process. And now let's talk about how I was able to meet monetization requirements so soon. So first off, I really did not believe that I could hit 10 million shorts views within a 90-day period. So I really did focus my efforts on long-form content, long-form video, which is what I preferred anyway. I really focused on creating good quality YouTube videos that gave value to other people, but also allowed me to just express myself and all the things I'm really passionate about. And I know that it sounds like, what? 59 days? That's really crazy and really quick. But let me just tell you, it is not overnight success, because when I started creating on YouTube, I already had 3 years of experience creating on Instagram. Like, I've created a bunch of different types of content, and that really served as practice for YouTube. Now, if you want advice on growing your YouTube channel and meeting requirements sooner, I do have a YouTube video on how I hit 10K subscribers within 100 days. Otherwise, here's how you can meet requirements sooner. Quantity times quality. Now, with quantity of videos, I really do believe that it's so important to get so much practice in, to get your reps in, to practice creating quality content. And that comes from quantity first. I know a lot of people out there say to just post as much as you can, because surely something will be picked up by the algorithm, right? But if you're putting out really crappy quality videos at the same time, I don't believe that it could go viral, you know? Like, it needs to be quality video. But I do believe in quantity because it gives you a lot of practice. Now for quality of videos, I mainly leveraged quality of my YouTube videos to meet the requirements. It was really my second video that took off and went viral, but to create this piece of quality content, it took me years on Instagram to practice creating good content, and it also took me some time to really think about my experiences and build my own form of wisdom. So if you're new to YouTube and social media in general, I strongly suggest just putting out a bunch of content out there and just experiment, just to practice and get 1% better with each piece of content. That's going to help you really meet requirements sooner. And if you've already been on social media for a while, you have the practice with creating content, I strongly recommend to focus in with quality content. Take a look at all the content you've created in the past and leverage what you have learned. Like, ask yourself, what do people enjoy hearing from you? What kind of content do you enjoy creating? Where do you feel you have credibility? And lean into that for your YouTube videos. All right, now let's dive into the fun stuff. I'm gonna be sharing with you how much I made from my YouTube videos from my first month, starting off with my best performing videos. My 5th performing video was a YouTube short that made me 25 cents in my first month. So a quarter. I don't know if I can buy anything with a quarter these days, but hey, like, I'm getting paid, okay? Like Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever, whenever you put a piece of content up there, you're not getting paid nothing. So the fact that I'm getting 25 cents for this is pretty freaking amazing. So that's a win in my books. Good going. Now my 4th performing video was a video about working out, and in my first month, it made me $6.03. Nice, I can buy something from this, okay? I created this video because I'm really passionate about working out, yoga, Pilates, movement, and I really want to promote a healthy, intuitive, and holistic lifestyle. My next performing video was a short, and it was about breaking Asian female stereotypes. It went viral with over 100K views. I had so much controversial comments on this, but anyway, it earned me $6.53. You're gonna notice that even though this short went viral with over 100K views, it literally earned me a similar amount to my long form content on working out, which had like 5K views, I think, at the time. Now my second top performing video was about me quitting my 9-to-5 job, and that video earned me $24.33. Now that was my first video ever, and a lot of the views from this actually came from my most viral video, which is actually my highest paying video about building 7 streams of income. It blew up, and in my first month, I earned $929.69. I actually missed out on monetizing 100,000 of these views because at the time, I was still not qualified to be a YouTube partner yet. So I probably missed out on a couple $100, but it's all good. In my first month, for the first few weeks, the views for this video were very slow. Like, it was just slowly, creepily climbing. But after the first month, it started going up like crazy. I started getting so much views every single day, a lot of followers by the hour, and new followers on my Instagram as well. I shared why this video blew up in my last YouTube video, but really it just came down to having a different perspective, sharing a different opinion, and doing it creatively in a way that stood out compared to all the other people in that industry. But honestly, whether or not my content blows up, whether or not it gets me paid or not, I am just proud of each piece of content. Like, I fully back them just because I've put in my effort, I've put in the best of intentions, and I really do believe that this is such an important mindset that we should all have when we are creating online, especially when there's all these numbers that can really make you feel like they're dictating whether or not you're successful or whether or not you should be happy. Now, you can make money on YouTube in a few different ways. The first one is by having these memberships or subscriptions. It kind of acts like Patreon. So you basically have these members pay you a certain amount every month for exclusive content, for insider perks. I made $0 because I don't have memberships. I'm not planning on having them anytime soon. The next source is through YouTube Premium, and I made $27.88. So basically, when a YouTube Premium member watches your content, you get paid a portion of that. Now, the most common form of payment is through watch page ads, and I made $932.17. The last one is shorts ads, where I made $6.99. That. So in total, in my first month, I made $967.04. If you give it an extra 3 days, I would have made $1,003. That's like $1,000 in a month. Now, Google AdSense will only pay you and deposit this amount into your bank account if you meet the payment threshold of $100. If that happens, the money should be in your bank account between the 21st to the 26th of the month, and they only pay you once a month. I honestly love YouTube so much for this stream of income because it doesn't require a lot of time and energy, especially when you look at it big picture, long term, because it's kind of like a passive source of income. Once you put in the hours, the time and energy into creating this piece of content, that video, and once you hit post, it literally starts working for you that very night while you're sleeping. And it works for you the year after, 3 years, 5 years later. Like, YouTube is gonna continue promoting your content. One of my clients even said that their YouTube video randomly started going viral a year later. Now just compare that to your 9-to-5 job where you are only paid when you show up for those 40 hours of work every single week. If you take those 40 hours and you put it into a piece of content, that piece of content can pay you a week later, months later, and even years later. By the way, my first video took me about 22 hours max to create, and that includes the planning, filming, editing, and sharing. My second video took me about 33 hours max. And it doesn't take a lot to start. You can literally use your phone camera and just record yourself as long as the quality is kind of decent. I got a mic for like $20 and a ring stand maybe $30, and that's really it. I'm also using a slightly outdated camera, but you know what? It works and we're good. I also love YouTube so much because it is one of the only platforms that pays its creators pretty well. Like Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, they don't pay you to put out content. And even though TikTok does pay its creators, it doesn't pay as well as YouTube. And the requirements are also pretty strict. Like, I don't even meet requirements because I live in Canada. Also, YouTube continues promoting your content, your videos for years, which gives it a lot of long-term earnings potential compared to TikTok and Instagram, where they're only promoting your recent content. I'm also just going to mention that a lot of companies and advertisers, they want to work with YouTube because of its strong connection with Google AdSense, where they've been pouring substantial amounts of investments into online advertising and AI optimization. Now, how did I earn that much? Because I've heard from other YouTubers, other creators, other people that Google AdSense, you don't really earn that much from it. So I was definitely pleasantly surprised that I was able to hit 4 figures so soon. The main reason I was able to earn that much was because of 2 main things. The first is I had hundreds of thousands of views. Like, that's a lot. And the second is because I had a pretty high CPM. Now, CPM stands for cost per mil, which means the amount that advertisers are willing to spend or to pay you for 1,000 ad views to be shown on your videos. And that can range from less than $1 to over $10 or even $20. And it really is heavily dependent on the topic you're talking about in your video. So if you're talking about finance, business, or tech, your CPM is likely going to be way higher just because companies and big banks, they are willing to spend a lot on these videos. They have large marketing budgets, and maybe these YouTube videos actually do work really well for them. So they're okay with paying a lot for this. They pay more compared to vlogs, humor, entertainment kind of videos where there's no specific niche and there is a wide, broad range of topics. So as you can see here, my finance business videos, they have a higher CPM of $11, $10 compared to those that are about health or fitness, which I have about $5 here. And by the way, this is only for my first month. It actually went higher in the next few months. Now, another more important metric to take note of is called RPM, revenue per mil. Now, RPM tells you how much you make per each 1,000 views, and it takes into consideration all the different sources of YouTube income. In my first month, my CPM was $9.47 and RPM was $3.31, and that's how much I take home basically. RPM is always going to be lower than CPM because Google splits the advertisers' payments with you. So they take 45% and then the 55% is your cut of the earnings. Now, in the next month, in August, my CPM was $20 and RPM was $7.20. So it does fluctuate, as you can see. So my first month, it sounded really nice, like $1,000 in a month, right? But my second month, let me tell you, I only made $334, which is like a third of my first month. my views started slowing down. As you can see here, the amounts fluctuate a lot. It goes up and down each day, from the lowest of $4 earned in a day to the highest of $69 earned in a day. Like, why does that have to be my highest amount earned? Can we please break that record? Anyway, in my first month, I was making an average of $31 a day, and in my second month, it was $11 a day. The downfall, as you can see, is that you have no control over the algorithm, over the views. You are only paid when the algorithm decides to promote your videos, to show it to other people. The only thing you really have control over is the quantity of your videos, the quality, your own mindset, and your emotions. Now, if you want to play the game of Google AdSense, it truly at the core is a numbers game. The more videos you put out there, the more views you get, the higher your earnings. And of course, quality is important too, but it is subjective. And to get quality, I truly do believe that it takes practice, getting your reps in, which means quantity. That said, I know so many people who put so much pressure on trying to get their videos to go viral, to get paid even more. But you've got to come back to having fun and just enjoying the whole process and what your intentions are with your YouTube channel. Come back to that. You should be really proud of the content you create. And Google AdSense, that's not the only way you can make money on YouTube. It's honestly only a nice bonus passive source of income for me, and it's like a side income. I'll share with you other ways you can earn money on YouTube in the future, but just know that that's not the only way. What's important is that you create content you enjoy creating that serves other people, because that really is what makes it so sustainable and makes it more fun for you. That's a wrap for today's video. I hope this video helped you open up your eyes to the possibilities. I'll see you in the next one.